Hello, everyone. This is Empress Pamela. Welcome to this edition of Nuggets of Wisdom. In today's session, I'll be sharing my notes on spirituality. I haven't read these notes in quite a while, so I'm not sure what all is encompassed, but looks like there's some tips, there is terminology, just little nuggets, and hopefully you will resonate with one or two items. Anyway, if you're watching this video, you're here for a reason. Just a short little synopsis. I started my, I want to say official awakening probably in 2015 when I met my spiritual catalyst, energetic catalyst, let's say, i.e., twin flame. I'm now recording this video in 2025, but recently I found an old blog that I started back in 2010, so 5 years prior, and surprisingly, a lot of the terminology, revelations in my blog called Buzz Buckingham, of which I recorded each blog that I wrote. I have a I have a playlist now that's called Buzz Buckingham. And I'm reading it 15 years later, and I was surprised that I talked about healing and childhood wounds and issues with my father and all of these things that I took with me and realized as an adult were things that I needed to recognize and heal to be a more balanced person, happier person, perhaps. But, the journey continues as we find out. It's not just one and done, it is a lifelong journey. Yeah, so I'm going off on a tangent, but let's get back to my notes. And I'll keep this video, I guess, as long as it needs to be. I'll just follow my intuition. And what you're looking at, this right here, put my finger in there, is one of the many creations that I've put down on paper over the years. I think it was back in 2020. It was around October 2020. During the course of the pandemic, I took a Zoom class with a mandala artist out of Dublin, Ireland. Her name is Patricia Fitzgerald, and I learned about sacred geometry. So the seed of life, flower of life, toroidal shapes, and you'll see in a lot of my artwork, I go towards those shapes. And yeah, anyway, don't know why I talked about that, but yeah, it's a journey. And I haven't had coffee yet. Maybe I should have had something to wake me up, but I'm raw right now. Spirituality. Mune Ki is the energy of love. Namaste means I bow to the divine in you. Tips. Number 1, stay in control with positive thoughts. Number 2, be careful how you manifest. I want to say that means for the highest good of all. So manifesting good things, not negative things. Number 3, be careful who you keep company with. For example, energy drains, negative people, energy vampires, that terminology. I want to share this story about this because I feel it's relevant and I'm still thinking about it 10 years later. In the workplace, there was someone who, and this is when I was in the midst of awakening, um, I I knew I didn't want to become close or quote unquote become her friend. I had observed a lot of her behaviors in the workplace and whatever was talked about this person, and they were red flags. There were a lot of red flags, but somehow I got sucked in, and this person who I had felt the energy in a negative way and saw the red flags still drew me in. um, I would say she was an energy vampire. She had tendencies for narcissism. She was a Leo. No offense to Leos, but I was just a little Cancerian in my shell. Um, and she ended up being a tower moment for me, a very harsh lesson. So, tip number 3, be careful who you keep company with. Listen to your intuition, pay attention to the red flags, protect your energy, I would say. Number 4, prioritize personal peace. Yeah, this girl was about drama, and I just wanted to keep to myself and do my job. But she was trying to wrangle everyone into her gossip and drama. Number 5, honor inherent wisdom. To me, that means inherent inside, what you have inside, but those are the little uh, niggles, the intuition, your gut instinct, the red flags that you see. Don't talk yourself out of it. It comes up for a reason. Number 6, surrender and trust your journey and your path. The term that comes to mind is everything happens for a reason. Sometimes that helps you surrender when things happen and you don't understand why. Sitting back and relaxing. I have this candle and it says relax. I'll show you. Relax. Um yeah, surrender and trust that there's a reason and a purpose. Okay. Number 7, share with the world. Share your experiences. This channel, Empress Pamela, has been a source of personal growth, a source of developing self-love for me, acceptance, but also my desire to share my experiences with others so that you don't feel alone, that we're all in this together. We have similar experiences, may not be the same thing, but by me sharing what I've learned and my experiences in truth and authentic form. um, I'm hoping to help others. Number 8, thrive. Show the world who you are. Yeah, I'm an old lady that likes to make mandalas and color them. But, for me, creativity and art therapy has been that. Art has been therapy. Writing my blog has been therapy. Way back when, I talk about in one or two of my blogs, I say, you know what, I can't afford talk therapy, like with a real licensed psychologist or whatever, but I can write about my feelings. And, you know, recently I decided to take it to the next level, even though it was a blog that had 5 followers, maybe if that. I feel a lot that I wrote about was worthy of sharing with you all. And that's why I did that. And, you know, reading words out loud has helped me strengthen my voice, although it doesn't sound strong right now. Um, yeah, it's all, to me, it's like it was all meant to happen in the way that it has. So that goes back to surrender and trust, right? Share with the world. Number 8, thrive. Show the world who you are. The good and the bad, the whole, the truth. Step into your authenticity, I'd like to say. Number 9, flow. Be in flow of God, divine timing. Yeah, that's part of this surrendering, I think, is you want something to happen right now or within a certain time frame. Well, it may not be the right time, so you sit back, you put it out into the universe, you ask, you let go, part of the manifestation. And if it was meant for you, it will happen in divine timing. All of this is a part of the spiritual evolution, I think, of individuals. Because prior to being awake, waking up, I was such a control freak, controlling everything, my kids, trying to control my life. And at some point, it becomes so overwhelming, and you realize during the course of taking your mask off and being broken down, and going through the dark night of the soul, that you are not in control of anything, really. And it's almost better that way. You thrive more when you're just at your core, I want to say. Number 10, forgiveness of self and others. Go deeper. Yeah, I talk about in my blog um, my relationship or lack of a relationship with my father. I think I just read a blog where it was called Never Daddy's Little Girl. And when I wrote that, there was so much anger still there. But now, so that was 2010, but now in 2025, I've learned to forgive myself for how I treated him or how I acted or whatever, but more importantly, forgave him with the understanding of him and why he was what he was, why he had his addictions, why he behaved in a certain way, and it was learning to have compassion, knowing that he only knew what he knew at the time, and also, he was suffering, he was in pain. So forgiveness is a very critical part of your spiritual evolution. Number 11, enlightenment. Embrace all of who you are. Yes, I am who I am. And um, I want to say the good and the bad, the dark and the light. You know, I, if I, this is me. I don't have a lot of friends, but when I do have a friend, I'm very loyal, and I can be friends with you for years and not talk to you. And then when I talk to you, it's like we pick up where we left off. It can be that kind of deep friendship. And those are the friendships that I value. That's how I operate. I don't want to have a ton of acquaintances. I rather have a deep conversation with one or two people. And that those are the relationships that I like to invest in, right? Um, but I could be, I guess I want to say I could be manipulative. I see things that I do that are manipulative. Um, I'm not always in control of my emotions. I'm working on that. So, and everyone has their good and their bad. That's basically embracing all of who you are. Number 12, wisdom. Share ancient wisdom. Well, in this nuggets of wisdom, whether it's ancient or not, it is wisdom that can help us evolve and embrace and love ourselves, knowing that we're not alone and other people have gone through similar experiences. Um, yeah. Share your journey, share what you've learned. Number 13, solitude. Cultivate truth. A lot of my time is spent in solitude. I am what they would call Myers-Briggs and INFJ, so I prefer solitude. I love to be alone with my thoughts. I love to be in creative mode. Um, yes, there are times that I get lonely and I want to have a conversation with someone or spend time with others, but I don't, I feel like solitude has served me well. And then when I know I need that social interaction, at least I know that I need to take myself out of solitude and immerse myself in something that's more social, as long as you don't stay in the depths. And being alone with yourself, I mean, that could be in writing and meditation, journaling, in creative mode, doing my coloring, doing my art stuff, sitting in nature. hmm Um, Number 14, align with God. I feel like there's an opportunity for me to continue to strengthen my faith, I want to say. For some reason, and I don't know, I mean, I was raised Roman Catholic, but when someone said God, I always felt like, oh, I had to, like, my spine straightened up and I had to be a good girl or something. Whatever that word, I'll guess I'll say triggers in me. But now if I say source, the universe, my higher self, the other terminology, I'm okay with. So I feel like um, the opportunity for strengthening my faith might also be the opportunity for me to be in flow when I hear the word God or someone talks about God, where I don't necessarily have a visceral reaction, but it's part of flow and acceptance. So I think I have to still work on that. Number 15. Tip number 15. Success. We are limitless. Personal power. Okay. I think it's what comes to mind for me is not giving up. Not giving up because of age, not giving up because of lack of knowledge or talent, not giving up. Like knowing that you have it within you to accomplish your goals, make your dreams reality. And I'm speaking to myself with this. Through all the journals that I've wrote and written and read out loud, there's a couple of themes that are there, a couple of items that are still on my to-do list, and one of them is being a published author. And I don't know why I have so much fear about it. I have a poetry book that's ready to be published. I mean, it's just a matter of me learning KDP and self publishing and doing it. And I'm doing it not to make millions of dollars, I'm doing it to share my words of wisdom, to share my poetic artistry, if you will, and just to have that accomplished. And I need to do it. Um, yeah. I don't know. I think there's also people say fear of failure. I think there's also a component of fear of success. And that's another one that I'm working on. Number 16, physical touch. Honor, desire, and need to be nurtured. This one, physical touch. Wow, this is another one. But some of us, what is the word? I can't even think of the word. When you don't have sex anymore. I can't think of it. Basically, there's been a lack of desire for 4 years now. I mean, I've been through cancer, yes, but I was not having sex before then, before my diagnosis. Probably maybe almost a year before my diagnosis. So it had nothing to do with cancer, although cancer doesn't really help the situation. Physical touch, honor, desire, and need to be nurtured. Nurtured, well, physical touch, like a hug, yeah. I think, um, the physical closeness that doesn't come from lust, I think, is that should be honored. The thing that turns me off is like when the desire comes from lust and there's no like love attached to it, I think. Or, yeah, um, the old feeling of like, oh, I'm obligated to have sex because I'm the wife or I'm married or whatever. That doesn't resonate with me at all. So that's a big one. Ooh, that sounds like a chest that needs to be opened. Oh gosh. Number 17, love. Demonstrate and be a vessel of love. Now that I feel has really blossomed in my journey. Like, for instance, I tell people I love them. It just comes out. I could say it. Like if there has been like at the convenience store, a clerk that I know that I've gone in and we've had conversations, most people won't go, "Hey, I love you. Hey, see you later. I love you." But I found myself doing that when I had connections with people that didn't necessarily warrant you saying I love you, but I did love and appreciate them, and I I said it out loud. That's part of the spiritual growth, I feel like. Number 18, forgive. That's a huge topic. Learning to forgive, you have to start with yourself. Forgive yourself for all the things that you did, that you didn't do, things that burdens you carried on your back. It's time to let go. Oh, that leads to number 19, let go. Yeah, let go of all that. We're still learning. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. Does it help you to go back and revisit the pain, the pain, the pain? No, you have to go through the process of healing it, right? Number 20, be authentic. This is so true. Um, Once you speak your truth, and that goes with number 21, which is my favorite number, honor self first. So, forgiving yourself, all of it begins with yourself, loving yourself, forgiving yourself, being truthful with yourself, then sharing all of that with others allows you to be authentic and being your true self. So, I'm going to wrap it up here. This was a lot more than I thought it would be. I'm going to have additional um, nuggets of wisdom in regards to spirituality. So check out the next video. And I thank you for being with me and sharing this journey. And I love you. Take care.